Hey, what is up, boys and girls? It's Mike here, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use VoiceMeeter for the audio on your dual PC stream. A couple prerequisites I need you to download and get installed first. You'll need to get VoiceMeeter Potato downloaded and installed on both the gaming and streaming PC, as well as the virtual audio cables. Both can be found on the V.B Audio store. They're free. I will put the link down below in the description. All right, now that we have those both downloaded and installed on both the gaming and streaming PC, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the gaming PC and we're going to open up our sound control panel. To do that, we're going to go down to the bottom right-hand corner into our tray, right-click the speaker, go to Sounds, and in the sound control panel, you're going to go to the Recording tab, and we're just going to double-check that Windows has assigned the VoiceMeeter aux output as the default device and also the default communications device. If it didn't, go ahead and assign it. Also, we're going to right click on the VoiceMeeter aux output. We're going to go to Properties, and we're going to add a word here. We're going to put mic in parentheses because the VoiceMeeter aux output will end up representing your microphone in any program that you want to use your mic. So go ahead and click Apply and OK. This will come in handy later, trust me. All right, now we're going to go over to the Playback tab. And we're going to scroll down, and we want to make sure that VoiceMeeter input has been assigned as our default device. Next, you want to right-click VoiceMeeter input, and once again, we're going to go to Properties, and we're going to add the word Desktop. Go ahead and click Apply and OK, because VoiceMeeter input represents your desktop audio. For the default communications device on the Playback tab, you can just go ahead and leave this under VoiceMeeter aux input. It holds no relevancy to this guide, and you can just kind of leave it wherever you want to. So go ahead and just click OK, and we're done there. And because I have trust issues with Windows and the way that it installs things, I'm going to double check the sound settings inside of Windows. So once again, go to the bottom right-hand corner, right-click the speaker, and open up your sound settings. All right, and under your output, you want to make sure you have VoiceMeeter input selected. And under your input, you want to have VoiceMeeter aux output selected. Confused yet? It'll make sense, trust me. Just hang in there. So go ahead and close that out. Okay, so now that we have VoiceMeeter installed and open, it'd be kind of intimidating at first, but don't worry, by the time we get through with this tutorial, you're going to have at least a rudimentary understanding of how VoiceMeeter works and just some of its little nuances. So we're going to break this next section into kind of 3 little micro sections just to kind of show you guys a little overview of the mixer and show you its purpose. So we're going to be focusing on the hardware out section first, this middle virtual input section second, and then the hardware input section third. Let's start off in the hardware out section in the top right-hand corner of the mixer. You'll see this blinking red text that says Select Main Output Device. So one of the cool things about VoiceMeeter is that it allows you to split your audio output between 5 different physical devices. If you wanted to have, let's say for A1, you wanted to have that going to your headphones. For A2, you wanted to split that out to some external speakers. Maybe they're sitting on your desk. And for A3, you can select your capture card or any other device you wish to send audio to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select my headphones, which are plugged into my Behringer audio interface. And I'm also, for A2 here, I'm going to select my Elgato HT60S capture card. Sometimes Windows has a hard time forcing the audio to be pushed through HDMI to the capture card. Ever since I started using VoiceMeeter and selecting the capture card as one of my hardware outs, it forces that audio to be routed through there every single time, and it's gotten rid of that issue for me, which has been nice. Next, we're going to move over to the middle section of the mixer that's going to be labeled as Virtual Inputs. You're going to see 3 channels here. You're going to see the VoiceMeeter VOW, never know how to pronounce that, the VoiceMeeter aux, and the VOW3. First, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you right-click in the blank space right above the VoiceMeeter VOW section. I'm going to have you type in Desktop B1. Right above VoiceMeeter aux, I'm going to have you right-click once again, and we're going to type in Mic B2. Once again, we will not be using this section over here. Okay, so the reason why I had you rename this to Desktop B1 is because I want you to kind of see the direct connection on how this mixer incorporates with Windows. So if we open up our sound settings again, you'll notice that for our output device that we chose, VoiceMeeter Input Desktop, this is directly linked to this specific channel in the mixer. So this represents our desktop audio. Same goes for the mic B2 section. This VoiceMeeter aux is directly linked to what we chose for our input device. So our VoiceMeeter aux output, which is why I also had you rename that as mic. So for the desktop B1 channel, we're going to go ahead and look towards the bottom. You're going to see your fader where you can select your audio level, and then you're going to see these buttons. These buttons are listed as A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Those look familiar? They should, because they're directly linked to the hardware out section that we just set up. If you want to hear your desktop audio, you're going to want to select the A1 bubble if it's not already. That way, the device that we have selected under A1, our headphones, we're going to hear it through there. And if we go down here to B1, B2, B3, this represents the virtual input section of the mixer. So also why I had you rename this to desktop B1. For this channel, you can go ahead and leave the B1 button selected. And for the mic B2 section right here, you can actually just go ahead and uncheck these. They don't really serve a purpose for your microphone. It works regardless, so you're good there. And once again, nothing needs to be done for the Vial 3 channel. Also forgot to mention here for our desktop audio channel, let's go ahead and select the A2 button, which routes our desktop audio out to the capture card. So next we're going to move over to the hardware input section of the mixer. Now over here, this is where you're going to hook in both physical and digital devices. So think of it as these are like your actual inputs where you're plugging stuff into a mixer. So you can set up things like your microphone and Discord, or any other program that you want to feed into the mixer so you can control its audio independently. So let's go ahead and get our microphone set up. So we're going to go over to hardware input 1. First thing I'm going to have you do is go ahead and right click on this section right here, and we're going to type in mic. Next, we're going to left click here under select input device. And once again, because I'm using my audio interface, I'm going to select my Behringer UMC. Whoa, I can hear myself. If you're hearing yourself too, that's okay. Don't be alarmed. That's because by default, the mixer leaves the A1 button selected, which once again represents let's go back up to the top right here to our hardware output section, our headphones. So that is why you're hearing yourself. To fix that, just uncheck it. Boom. But you also probably noticed that your audio is only coming out of one ear as well, because my microphone sends a mono output signal and the mixer is trying to send it out in stereo. We have to select the mono button here. And now you'll see that audio is coming out of both sides. So next we need to tell VoiceMeeter where we want our microphone's audio to be routed. So if we go back to the virtual input section of the mixer, remember how we renamed the VoiceMeeter aux to mic B2? That's because I want you to remember that anytime you need to route something to your microphone, you're going to want to select B2. Now that we selected B2 for our microphone, now anytime you need to go into Discord or any game that you want to use your microphone, you're going to want to select the VoiceMeeter aux output as your microphone. Okay, next we're going to get Discord connected to VoiceMeeter. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and right click up here where it says hardware input 2, and we're just going to replace this and type in Discord. Next, if you remember, I had you download the VoiceMeeter virtual audio cables. We're using that virtual cable to take Discord and plug it directly into VoiceMeeter. When you select your input device, we're actually going to select the cable output. You'll see it says V.B Audio Virtual Cable. So we're going to select this. Next, we're going to open up Discord, and we're going to go to our settings, and then we're going to go to voice and video. Under our input device, you could leave it as default, but if you find that your microphone's not working after doing a mic test, you can always just click the drop down, and then you can select VoiceMeeter aux output. Hello, hello, hello. And for our output device, we're going to select the cable input. Remember, VoiceMeeter loves swapping the verbiage, so inputs are outputs and outputs are inputs. So this is our virtual audio cable. Boom. Now that we selected the cable input, our virtual audio cable, any audio that comes out of Discord is going to be routed directly into the hardware input 2 section right here. So now that we have Discord connected, let's route the audio appropriately. So obviously we want to be able to hear Discord, right? So let's go ahead and make sure that the A1 button is selected. And next we're going to go ahead and uncheck the B1 button right here. If we left that selected, it would be routing our Discord audio to be mixed in with our desktop's audio as well, which would then be sent out to the capture card and then sent over to the stream PC, which we don't want. Okay, so in review, we're just going to touch on everything that we went over. Starting with the top right-hand corner, the hardware out section, we made sure to select for A1, we chose our headphones. For A2, we selected our HD60S capture card. For the virtual input section of the mixer, which is this middle section right here, starting from the left, we renamed this section to Desktop B1, and we selected the A1 and the A2 buttons here, so our desktop audio is routed to both our headphones and our capture card that we just selected. And we also left the B1 button checked as well. For the middle section here, we renamed it to Mic B2. Remember, this is the VoiceMeeter aux output. This is our microphone. And then down below, we unchecked all of the buttons down here. Moving over to the hardware input section, starting from the left, we assigned our microphone to the hardware input 1, renamed it to mic. Left click here, selected our microphone. Down below, we made sure to uncheck the A1 button so we're not hearing ourselves. And we also made sure to select the B2 button down here so that way our microphone's input signal is routed directly to the VoiceMeeter aux output. And lastly, we selected the mono button so that way we're getting audio fed to both our left and our right headphones. And for hardware input 2, we connected Discord to VoiceMeeter. We started by renaming Discord. We chose our virtual audio cable, which I had you download and install at the beginning of the video. Down below, we left the A1 button selected so that way we could hear our friends through our headphones. In Discord, we selected our VoiceMeeter aux output as our microphone. And for our output device, we selected again the virtual audio cable, which is listed as the cable input. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about VBAN, which stands for V.B Audio Network. VBAN is the function within VoiceMeeter that allows us to send all the audio from our mixer on our gaming PC through our network over to the streaming PC. So right above your virtual inputs, you're going to see this grayed out box right here that says VBAN. Let's go ahead and click that. That opens up your V.B Audio Network configuration. So we're going to start by enabling VBAN, and then we're going to go down here to the outgoing streams because we're going to want to send our microphone and Discord audio out to the streaming PC. So we're going to start by setting up our microphone. I'm going to click the on button. So when selecting the source, it can be rather confusing because in the way that VBAN refers to the layout of the mixer is different than basically everything else that we just set up. So if you look at the graphic that I have right now, this is how they have the mixer laid out. So for the source of our microphone, we're going to select bus B2. That part has not changed regarding the microphone. The microphone's always related to B2. And for the stream name, we're going to go ahead and name it Mic in all caps. You always want to make sure the stream name is something simple because the name has to be exactly the same on both the gaming and streaming PC when setting this up. Next, for the IP address, this is actually something we're going to have to go over to our streaming PC and open up VoiceMeeter in order to obtain. So let's slide over to the streaming PC real quick. And once again, in the middle of the board, we're going to look and find that grayed out VBAN button. We're going to click that, open up our VBAN network configuration screen. And then you'll see kind of towards the middle at the top of this window, you'll see an IP address up there. That is the IP address that you want to go back and type into your gaming PC. Now that we have that number, let's go ahead and slide back over. And I'm going to type in the address that I just got from the stream PC. Boom, green light, good to go. Next, we're going to get Discord sent out. So once again, we're going to check this green box here. Now for the source, once again, refer to the graphic. Based on the graphic, that would mean that Discord would be bus A2. Once again, for the stream name, I'm just going to name it Discord, all caps. There we go. And we're just going to go ahead and type the same IP address in because that's our streaming PC. And boom, green light, good to go. And we do not need to do anything else on the VBAN for now. So we are pretty much 99.5% done with VoiceMeeter Potato on the gaming PC. So next, we're going to slide over the stream PC, and then we're going to get everything set up over there. So let's hop on over. Okay, so now we have VoiceMeeter Potato opened up on our stream PC. We're going to kind of follow some of the same steps we did on the gaming PC. I'm going to go through it a little bit quicker. Plus, you guys are pros. You guys got this, right? So first, we're going to go into our sound control panel just to make sure that Windows has not done anything screwy and has all of our settings set up correctly. All right, there we go. We have the VoiceMeeter aux output set up as our default device and default communications device. Good. You can rename this again to mic and add that in there if you wanted to by going to properties and then typing in mic right here. Next, we're going to go to the playback tab. And once again, we want to make sure that VoiceMeeter input is assigned as our default device and that VoiceMeeter aux input is set as our default communications device. We're going to go ahead and click OK. Next, let's double check our Windows settings. So once again, we're going to right click down to the speaker here. We're going to open up our sound settings. And we are just going to confirm that our output device is selected as VoiceMeeter input and our input device is selected as VoiceMeeter aux output, just like it is on the gaming PC. All right, so when we get to the mixer, we're going to kind of do a similar walkthrough how we did on the gaming PC, except not as in detail because we really don't need to do as much on the stream PC side. So starting with the top right-hand corner for our hardware outs, we're just going to go ahead and select whatever our motherboard's default audio driver is. For me, it's a Realtek HD audio, so I'm just going to select that. Nothing needs to be assigned to A2, A3, or A4. By the time we're done here, we're going to send all of the audio from the stream PC back over to the gaming PC, so you can just listen to it there. And for the virtual inputs, remember this is our desktop. Type in desktop B1. And for the VoiceMeeter aux, we're going to type in mic B2, and we're not going to use the VAW3. And for our desktop's virtual input, we want to make sure that we leave the A1 button selected, as well as the B1 button. For the stream PC, what's a little bit different is that you want to make sure you can unselect the A1 box, but let's go ahead and check the B2 button down here. And then for the hardware input section of the mixer, we're not going to touch anything here yet. First, we need to be able to accept the audio from the gaming PC, and then we're going to route it similar to how we did on the gaming PC, and we're going to have our microphone set to input 1 and Discord set to input 2. So now let's open up VBAN on our streaming PC. So once again, right above the virtual input section, you're going to find this grayed out box up here. We're going to open that bad boy up. We're going to enable VBAN. And if you look at the top here under incoming streams this time, you can see there's 2 streams detected. Those are the audio streams for our microphone and Discord coming from the gaming PC. So now that these 2 streams are detected, we're going to go down here and kind of like how we did on the gaming PC, we're going to click the on button for the stream name. Remember, once again, you want to name it exactly how it is on the gaming PC. Otherwise, it will not work. I'm going to type in mic in all caps. And for the IP address, kind of like how we did for the gaming PC, except vice versa, let's slide back over to the gaming PC, open up our VBAN window. All right, right there, there is our IP address. So that is what we're going to type over here on the stream PC. Okay, cool. So green box means everything's accepted and we're good to go. So now that we've configured that part, now we need to tell VBAN what the audio's destination is. Basically what section of the mixer we want this thing to be routed to. We're gonna go under here under destination and we're gonna left click here. So this stands for hardware input 1, hardware input 2, hardware input 3, and so forth. And these are our virtual inputs. So this is our desktop audio, microphone audio, and then that VIA channel we're not using. So because we want our microphone to go to hardware input 1, we're going to select that. And that is done. Just to give you a good visual, we're going to minimize this real quick. And now you can see our microphone is coming through and VBAN is working as intended. Now let's accept the Discord audio stream as well. So we're going to check that on button right there. Just like we did on the gaming PC, in all caps, we're going to name this Discord. If I could spell. All right, we're going to use the same IP address as above. Boom. Green light means that the streams are connected. Now over here for our audio's destination, we're going to select hardware input 2. So now that we have both our microphone and Discord audio being sent from the gaming PC to the streaming PC and routed to the channels that we need them to, let's go ahead and make sure we have these named appropriately. So for hardware input 1, because that's where our microphone's being sent to, I'm going to rename that to mic. So you do not need to select an input device. That is because the input device is coming from the VBAN that we just set up. So no input device is needed. As far as routing the audio appropriately, you want, just like we did with the gaming PC, you want to uncheck the A1 box. Go down here, select the B2 button. That way the audio is sent to the VoiceMeeter aux output, just like it is on the gaming PC. And for hardware input 2, let's go ahead and rename that to Discord. And then we're going to uncheck the A1 button, and we're only going to leave the B1 button selected here. So let's open up VBAN on our streaming PC again. All right, now under outgoing streams, This is where we're going to send our desktop's audio from the stream PC back to the gaming PC. This will allow you to be able to hear things like alerts, sound effects, the works. Let's go ahead and check the on button. And because we want to hear our desktop audio, we're going to hit the drop down here and we're going to select bus B1. Next, we're going to give the stream name. I always just kind of keep this one simple personally. So I'm just going to name it SPC for stream PC. Enter. IP address 2, just like we did above. We're going to type in the IP address of our gaming PC. Enter. Now we have one outgoing stream. And that is it. Go ahead and save your configuration and go ahead and exit out. Now that we have our stream PC's audio being sent out over VBAN, let's jump over to the gaming PC and receive that audio stream. So with the VBAN open on your gaming PC, you can see we have one incoming stream detected. So we're going to go to the top boxes right here and we're going to click the on button. For the stream name, we're going to name it the same thing we did on the stream PC. So SPC. And we're going to enter in our stream PC's IP address. So over in the destination, because we have our microphone already hooked into hardware input 1, Discord is already set to hardware input 2. You can set this to any one of these 3. If you want to set it to 3, 4, or 5, does not matter. I'm going to set mine to 3, and that is done. So now all the audio from our stream PC is going to be routed into hardware input 3. You do not need to select an input device. I would also suggest right-clicking up here and renaming this to whatever you want. So if you want to name it stream PC, that works. As far as routing the audio down below, if you want to be able to hear it, you're going to want to enable the A1 button because that's what we have our headphones assigned to. And you do not want to select any buttons down here, no virtual inputs. If you selected B1, it would be sent out through your capture card and then you would just have looping audio, which would not be good. So just the A1 box, nothing else. Okay, and as a quick little test, let's go ahead and see if we have the audio coming over. All right, there we go. Now you should be able to hear all of your alerts, sound effects, whatever audio that you want to be able to hear coming from the stream PC. All right, so now let's hop back over to the stream PC and we're gonna get OBS all set up. With OBS open, let's go ahead and go to settings. And let's go up to our audio options. And we're gonna leave the desktop audio set to default because we've already assigned the VoiceMeeter input as our default playback device. And for our desktop audio too, we can go ahead and leave that disabled. For our mic/auxiliary audio, we can go ahead and select the VoiceMeeter aux output, which is our microphone. So if you're wondering how Discord's audio gets mixed in, it's because over here in hardware input 2, we have assigned it to be mixed in with our desktop's audio. So in OBS, Discord's audio will be shown mixed in with your desktop audio, which you can control the audio levels over on the game PC via VoiceMeeter over there. Okay, so just a quick recap on what the audio mixer in OBS should look like on your stream PC. You should have the capture card, the desktop audio, and your VoiceMeeter aux output microphone. I renamed mine to VM mic. The audio is being routed through the capture card via HDMI with the help of VoiceMeeter Potato. The desktop audio is just our regular desktop audio from the stream PC. That's where you'll manage the audio for your alerts, Discord, anything that happens on the stream PC, and then obviously your microphone. And with that, you should be good to go. Now you should have audio going to and from your gaming and streaming PC. You should be able to hear all your alerts from the stream PC, as well as having all the game and desktop audio going from the gaming PC over to the stream PC. So just a couple quick caveats here with the VoiceMeeter Potato. I just want to make sure to put on your radar, just in case if you start hearing any crackling audio. 99% of the time, that is a sample rate issue. So you can see what your sample rate is by looking up here next to the hardware outs. See how I have 48,000 kilohertz? Also, if you select the menu here, go down to your system settings / options. You can also see what your sample rate is out on your main device as well, and the preferred main sample rate down here for your virtual audio. Another small issue I'd run into from time to time is my friends would complain that my microphone was sounding scratchy or crackling. That also ended up being a sample rate issue. So after doing a little bit of root cause, I ended up finding out that that stemmed from the virtual audio cable. So you also have to make sure that the sample rate also shows as 48,000 kilohertz on your virtual audio cables as well. And to find that, you're going to go to your File Explorer. You're going to want to go to Documents. And if you scroll down here, you're going to have your virtual audio cables. Let's say if you click on one, and then you're going to want to go to the VB cable control panel. You're going to click that. And then if you go up to the options, you can choose your internal sample rate right here. And that fixed that issue for me. Other than that, you should have everything you need now. Hopefully that works out well for you. If you guys found this video helpful, please feel free to like and subscribe. Also, if you're looking for a written version of this tutorial, down below I will link to my website where I have a full written post about this. You know, I've used everything from the Beacn Mix Create to the GoXLR, and honestly, VoiceMeeter just offers a certain amount of control that those devices don't, which I love. It's not to say it's not without its faults, but at the same time, I still think it's a very robust piece of software that, for the price, can't beat it. Thank you guys for watching, and happy streaming.